Hello and welcome to another installment of our Community Matters featuring you Spotlight, where we highlight community members who are building the Holochain ecosystem around the world. We've got Anderson Tan with us today, who has been spearheading the growth of one of our more sizable on-the-ground local communities in the Philippines and Manila, and also helping make connections all around the world. Anderson, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me, Eric. It's a pleasure.
And would you be willing to share a bit about your background?
Right. So I'm Anderson Tan, Managing General Partner at Alpha Omega Capital. So we are a tokenized venture capital fund focused on fintech and the digital securities ecosystem. So far, I've exited 9 companies. 2 of my own were acquired. The other 7 were by angel investment, and another 4 more incoming this year as they file for IPO. I'm a partner at one of Southeast Asia's fastest growing accelerators called Launchgarage. And I've been a serial entrepreneur, trading in the stock market for over a decade, went into real estate, sold some of my buildings, and then ventured into the tech startup scene as an angel investor.
Fabulous. So then, why, with all of your acumen and experience, why are you excited about Holochain?
Right. So, out of my hundreds of angel investments, I would put Holochain to be by far my favorite. Several things that made me invest in Holochain, I recall during the initial community offering, so not coin offering, that really caught my attention. Using the word community instead of coin. It shows that the culture of Holochain and also the founders have a heart, and then checking out the total supply for the token sale was at 75%, which is huge for any project. So I realized that the founders are doing something good. These guys have heart, and that is really rare to see in a project, especially in blockchain and crypto.
Cool. And did anything attract you aside from the heart aspect of the founders? What about the technology was interesting to you?
I think a few months before the token sale, I was Googling blockchain disruptor, Ethereum of Japan, Ethereum of Korea, Bitcoin killer, and an article came out highlighting 7 different other projects, and one of them was Holochain that stood out in the article, which really got me interested. So I went to the website, I searched for videos on YouTube, I joined the Telegram community, and basically Holochain is the evolution of blockchain using distributed hash tables. And it's the next generation protocol, something that I've been looking for, because blockchain is already 10 years old, and we know what happens to technology when they hit a decade. And me as an investor, I look at a technology that can disrupt a previous technology.
Great. And so you got excited about the project, you saw the possibility, you were inspired by the vision and the culture that we aim to carry and that underlies what we're creating. But you chose to step in and get involved in the work that we're doing and in advising and building an ecosystem. So what was it that why did you get involved to the level that you have?
I recall I advised during token sale because I sent a complaint email. I think that reached David. I was saying, how come we cannot raise any more? We were at 9 million or 10 million euros and we were stuck there. So I was worried about the ICO, and I had like 5 different marketing points that I pointed out to David. And we hopped on a call, and then we made a Telegram group with Matt, and even Art was on it. So I guess that's how I started, because I was worried about my investment.
And we said, okay, well, let's make sure that you can take care of your investment. And that open door was valuable, I take it.
Yes. So right now I'm also building the Asian community, and I've shared Holochain to my Singularity University and recently Draper University network. I've been connecting almost anyone I meet to our protocol, Holochain. I mean, there are only two protocols that I really love. One is Holochain, the other one is Debbio, which I'm also advising. And I fell in love with these two protocols. Both, and they're non-competing, by the way, so different use cases.
Cool. And then, like, so what is your experience been in contributing to the Holo community? Where has it been challenging? Where has it been easy? And what have you learned in that process?
The challenging part is getting people to build on Holochain, since we don't have the mainnet yet. And a lot of the people I introduced to are asking if we have grants or if we fund startups, since other protocols are doing that. The easy part is to explain to them that our white paper was written 12 years ago. So before Satoshi Nakamoto's. I also tell them that during the last few hours of the ICO, two Genesis ETH wallets came in, which never happened in any other protocol token sale. And I think we hit 60x all-time high on Binance. So that is the easy part of trying to convince them to get on board the history of Holochain plus the performance as a coin.
Cool. And have you felt it easy to make your contribution to the community?
Yes and no.
Great.
So yeah, at times it was easy, especially if I get to meet the people face to face. I could tell them a better story about Holochain and my experience and how I'm helping out the community. However, if it's just like online or on a forum, or I haven't met the person, it would be difficult.
Yeah, it's way easier to build the community when you're actually connecting with people.
Right.
Can you share? So you've run our biggest local meetups in the world, I believe. So what's been your experience in that process?
So we've run the first local meetup in the Philippines a few months ago. Looks like we're going to run the next one by July. I would say that there should be a door charge, and it would really be important to have one person who is more of a business guy and another person who is more into tech speaking at the event. Mm-hmm. I've also run a meetup at Draper University during my accelerator program there. Going to have first meetup in Hong Kong and Japan towards August.
Great. So from your perspective, what do you think is important for the success of Holochain and Holo right now? What are we doing that we should be doing, and what is it that we need to be doing?
Right. So success of Holochain would be dependent on building communities of developers, communities from universities. And I think these are the two main focus that we have to be doing right now. So anyone that I meet personally, I tell them about Holochain. I mean, that's the only thing you would hear coming out of my mouth, actually. Yeah.
So we just need to keep building community, focusing on universities, focusing on devs, and continue to just share about it. We've had the limitation that you mentioned earlier, which is that it's not easy to get started building on Holochain yet, which is what we're working towards. And when we have that set up, I think we'll be in a much better position to expand more quickly and effectively.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you wish that someone told you when you first started getting involved with Holochain?
So I wish someone would tell me how to serve and help others, connect people, build ecosystems, and impact billions along the way.
Excellent. And then what accomplishments, highlights, or goals would you like to share regarding growing and expanding the community?
Well, I've set up the first meetup in Philippines, found some people in Japan to lead that. One of them is the admins in our Telegram group, Joe Kryptonite. Looking for people in Korea. Found someone in Hong Kong that I've already connected you to. Hopefully have the next hackathon towards August in the Philippines, and have as many people build on board Holochain.
Great. It's really running a strong Asian community and growing it locally, which is what
Right. And I'm looking to buy more holoports. So probably right after the first 10 arrive, then I will be placing more. I'd like to support the node community as well.
Great. Great. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Anderson.
Great. Thank you very much, Eric. Really nice to talk to you again. And I'm going to be talking to you soon.
As always, look forward to meeting you in person.
Right. Great.